Hello all. In this video, we'll try to discuss the concepts of connected and biconnected components. First of all, what is meant by connected component? Yes, the definition is here. In the graph theory, a component is also sometimes called as a connected component of an undirected graph is a subgraph in which any two vertices are connected to each other by paths. It means, for example, if you take this example, uh, tell me whether this graph is a connected graph or not. Yes, it is a connector graph because there exists a path between every pair of vertices. From this vertex, I can reach to any other vertices. From vertex number 1, I can reach 2, 3 and 4. I need not have a direct edge from 1 to 3, but I can have a path from 1 to 3. Therefore, the graph is connected. From 2, I can reach the remaining 3 vertices. From 3, I can reach remaining 3 vertices. Therefore, this is a connected graph. What is a connected component? It should be a subgraph, and the subgraph should be a connected graph. That's all. Take this example. It is a graph G. This is an entire graph. If we consider the subgraph of this graph 1, 2, 3, it is a connected graph. Therefore, it is one connected component. In this entire graph, which is not a complete not connected graph, in this entire graph, this is one connected component. Also, if you observe these two vertices, it is a connected graph again. These two vertices, the graph with these two vertices is a connected graph. Therefore, it is also a connected component. Therefore, this graph contains two connected components. Understand, this is a big graph and these two are the subgraphs, and these two subgraphs are themselves connected graphs. Therefore, it is called as a connected component. Right? Okay. Then what is meant by a strongly connected component? The definition is the same for the connected components, but if we talk about a directed graph, then it is called as a strongly connected component. A strongly connected component of a directed graph is a maximally strongly connected subgraph. Similarly, in the same manner of this connected component, given a graph, we should take the subgraph of that graph, and that subgraph should be a connected graph. Yes, you tell me a subgraph of this graph which is connected. Connected means there should exist a path between every pair of vertices. For example, if I take these three vertices as a subgraph, vertices 1, 2 and 3. If you consider these three vertices, there exists a path between every pair of vertices. From 2, I can reach 3 and 1. From 1, I can reach 2 and 3. From 3, I can reach 1 and 2. Therefore, there exists a path between every pair of vertices, and it is a connected graph of the given connected subgraph of the given graph. Therefore, it is one connected component. Since it is a directional, it is strongly connected component. Out of these two vertices, or can I consider this as an entire graph? No. From 4 we have path to 5, but from 5 we have no path to 4. Therefore, we should consider these individual vertices as a connected graphs. You should also note a vertex with no induced edges. It means if the vertex is alone here with no edges induced on this vertex alone itself is a component. It is also called as a connected graph. If this in this graph, if there is a vertex like this 6 with no induced edges on it, 6 vertex alone is a connected component. Now this graph has 3 connected components. Similarly here also, in the strongly connected components, 4 and 5 vertices are strongly connected components. Therefore, in this graph we have 3 strongly connected components. Right? How do we find the connected components of a given graph? It can be done by using the breadth first search, breadth first traversals of graph. In order to revise you what is meant by breadth first search, consider this graph. Can you tell me the breadth first traversal of this graph? There are many BFS traversals possible. Can you tell me one traversal? What is the data structure that is used by the breadth first search? It is a queue data structure, right? Initially, if we apply the BFS call at vertex 1, First vertex 1 is pushed into the queue. The adjacent vertices 2 and 3. Once all the adjacent vertices 2 and 3 are pushed, vertex 1 is popped. It means vertex 1 is visited. Okay, it is popped. In the 2, next vertex is 2. What are the adjacent vertices to 2? 4 and 5. 4 and 5 are pushed into the queue, inserted into the queue. Once all the adjacent vertices are inserted, vertex 2 is popped out and considered as visited. First one is visited, 2 is visited. Next 3, the adjacent vertices to 3, 6 and 7. Adjacent vertices are inserted into the queue, therefore it is popped and considered as visited. Next, vertex number 4, adjacent vertices that are not inserted into the queue, 8. 8 is inserted and vertex 4 is popped, considering it as visited. 5, there are no other extra adjacent vertices, therefore 5 is popped, treated as visited. 6 is popped, treated as visited. 7 is popped and treated as visited, and at last 8. Therefore the BFS traversal for this given graph is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and one of the possible BFS traversals. If you observe, we can use the same BFS traversal to find the connected components of a given graph, and also we can say whether the given graph is a connected graph or not by using this BFS traversal. If you observe this graph, consider this graph. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Can you tell me whether this graph is connected or not? No, it is not connected. Yes, we can find out this graph is connected or not using the BFS traversal. First of all, I apply the BFS traversal at the vertex 1. At vertex 1, 1 is visited, adjacent vertex is 2. From 1 I cannot reach 4, therefore 4 is not adjacent vertex. Adjacent vertex 2, it is visited. From 2, adjacent vertex 3, it is also visited. That's all. We have 4 vertices, but we were able to visit only 3 vertices. Therefore we can say the graph is not a connected graph. Therefore, using BFS we can say that the graph is not a connected graph. And also for any given graph, if it requires more than one BFS call, then we can say for each and every BFS call we will find out one connected component. Consider this example. If I apply the BFS call at this vertex number 1, what are the vertices visited? 1, 2, 3 are visited, and the first BFS call is finished. At the first BFS call, we can say that vertices 1, 2, 3 as a connected component. And I have given second BFS call at vertex number 4. 4 is visited, adjacent vertex 5 is also visited. If in the second BFS call 4 and 5 are visited, I can say it is also one more connected component. At each and every BFS calls, the output of the BFS traversal is a connected component. The applications of the BFS traversal is finding the connected components and also finding whether a given graph is a connected or not connected. Yes, now we'll move on to the next topic. What is meant by an articulation point? A vertex V in a connected graph is an articulation point if and only if the deletion of the vertex V together with all the edges incident of V disconnects the graph into 2 or more non-empty components. What does it mean? Take an example. This is a small example. What is an articulation point? If in the given graph there exists a vertex whose removal along with its edges disconnects the graph into 2 or more components, it should disconnect the graph. Can you tell me any vertex like that? Consider this vertex number 4. If I delete this vertex along with these 2 edges, what is the remaining graph? 1, 2, 3 and 5. Yes, it has disconnected the graph. It is a connected graph, but it has disconnected the graph. Therefore, vertex 4 is called as an articulation point. A vertex is called as an articulation point if the removal of that vertex along with the edges incident on it disconnects the graph. Therefore, we say that vertex is an articulation point. Similarly, can you tell me an articulation point for this graph? Just think about it. Yes, if vertex number 2 is deleted along with the edges incident on it, it disconnects the graph definitely. Therefore, 2 is an articulation point. Any other articulation points? Yes, if I delete 3 along with these 2 edges, remains these 2 as disconnected from the graph. Therefore, 2 is articulation point, 3 is also an articulation point. Any other articulation points? If I delete 8, will it become disconnected? If I delete 8 and these 3 edges, no problem. The remaining vertices are connected to each other. If I delete 5 along with these 4 edges, yes, 6 becomes disconnects from the graph. Therefore, 5 is also an articulation point. Therefore, for this graph, 2, 3 and 5 are the articulation points. Any other articulation points possible? No. Now, the next topic is a biconnector graph. First of all, what is a biconnector graph? A graph with no articulation points is called as a biconnector graph. Given a graph, if that graph does not have any articulation point, then that graph is a biconnector graph. A small example, 1, 2, 3, 4 graph. Tell me whether this graph has any articulation point or not. If I delete 4 along with these 2 edges, is the remaining graph disconnected? No. If I delete 3 with these 2 edges, is the remaining graph disconnected? No. I can visit any 1, 4, 2 are connected. Therefore, there is no articulation point in this graph. Therefore, this graph is a biconnected graph. Understood what is meant by an articulation point and biconnected graph. Now we will see what is a biconnected component. In order to understand this, first of all, you should know what is meant by a maximal biconnected subgraph. Yes, if a graph G with the V vertices and E edges is a graph, then G dash is equal to V dash vertices and E dash edges is a maximal biconnected subgraph of this G. If and only if G has no other biconnected subgraphs with G double dash is equal to V double dash comma E double dash, such that V dash is subset to V double dash and D dash is subset to E double dash. What is mean by that? First of all, you should understand what is a maximal biconnected subgraph. First of all, we will be given a graph G. We need to extract a subgraph which is biconnected. Later we will see what is maximal biconnected. For example, if this is a graph, given this is a graph, we need to extract a subgraph which is biconnected first of all. Tell me first of all, is it a biconnected graph? What is biconnected graph? It should not have any articulation point. Here 4 is an articulation point. If I remove 4, 5 becomes disconnected from the graph. Therefore, it is not a biconnected graph. We need to extract a subgraph which is biconnected first of all. Tell me 2, 4 is a subgraph of this graph. Yes, it is a subgraph. Is it biconnected? Does this graph has any articulation point? No articulation point. Therefore, it is a biconnected subgraph. But tell me, is it a maximal biconnected subgraph? For this given graph G, there are 5 vertices. For the G dash, how many vertices I have taken? V dash comma E dash. Vertices set is 2, 4. Why I am saying G dash is this graph G dash is a maximal biconnected subgraph. When I should not say that if there exists any other graph G double dash with vertexes at V double dash and E double dash, such that already I have set this G dash as a maximal biconnected subgraph. When it is not maximal, if this V dash is a subset of another graph V double dash, then I should not say this G dash as a maximal biconnected subgraph. It is a biconnected subgraph, but it is not maximal. Can I have any other vertex at V double dash like that? Yes, I can obviously have, right? If I consider this vertex set 1, 2, 3 and 4, I have taken a subgraph from this graph. It is a biconnected graph or not? First of all, yes, there is no articulation point. It is a biconnected graph. First of all, it is a biconnected subgraph. I am saying it as a maximal. It means I am saying this as a G dash, comma E dash. Why this is not maximal biconnected subgraph? Since I have another vertex set 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, which is a biconnected subgraph. These vertex set 2, 4 is a subset of this vertex set 1, 2, 3, 4. Therefore, this graph G dash is not maximal. This is maximal. When should I say this is not maximal? I should have some other vertex set 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or anything that is subset to this vertex set. This G dash. Is it any? Do we have any other vertex set that becomes that 1, 2, 3, 4 becomes a subset of that vertex set? No. If I try to include 5 here, in order to prove that 1, 2, 3, 4 is a subset, if I include 5, the graph is not a biconnected. Therefore, for this graph, 1, 2, 3, 4 is a biconnected subgraph and it is maximal. Understand? Therefore, 1, 2, 3, 4 is a maximal biconnected subgraph. And the maximal biconnected subgraph is called a biconnected component. The maximal biconnected subgraph is a biconnected component. You take the same example and try to find out the biconnected components of this graph. We'll try to see it. Yes, take this graph and try to find out the biconnected components. How many biconnected components are there in this graph? You try to do it on your own. Pause the video. Yes, first of all, what is a biconnected component? A biconnected component is a maximal biconnected subgraph. Yes, first of all, I should extract a biconnected subgraph which is maximal. I say 1, 2, 3 and 4, which is a subgraph of this above graph, which is also a biconnected subgraph, and it is a maximal biconnected subgraph. In order to prove it is not a maximal biconnected subgraph, what should I do? I should extract one more vertex set. At that vertex set, it should become a subset. Since it is not possible, this is a biconnected component number 1. What is another biconnected component? Easily we can say 3, 10. Yes, if you consider this 3, 10 is a subgraph of this graph, and it is also a biconnected subgraph, and it is maximal. Yes or no, it is maximal or not? Yes, it is maximal. In order to prove it is not a maximal, one should take a vertex set 3, 10 and any other vertex 2, 3, 4 or something. Then this vertex 3, 10 will be subset of this vertex set. But if I have taken any other vertex 2 with 3, then that won't be a biconnected graph. If I have taken some other vertex 2 or 4 with that, then this graph won't be a biconnected graph since it has articulation points. That is the reason 3, 10 is a maximal biconnected subgraph and it is a biconnected component. Similarly, 3, 9 is also a biconnected component. Any other biconnected components? Yes, if you see 5, 6, it is a subgraph and it is a biconnected subgraph and it is maximal. 4 biconnected components. Yes, any one more also. 5, 2 and 8, 7. 5, 2, 8, 7. It is a subgraph. It is a biconnected subgraph since there is no articulation point and it is maximal. Therefore, for the above graph, 5 biconnected components are possible. Understood? Yes. Now that we have finished biconnected components, you just make a note of it. 2 biconnected components can have at most one vertex in common and that vertex is an articulation point. If you consider any two biconnected components, I consider this 5, 2, 7, 8 and 5, 6 biconnected components. These two biconnected component has one vertex in common. What is that vertex? 5. And the common vertex is articulation point. Tell me whether 5 is articulation point or not. Yes, 5 is an articulation point. Understood? If in any two given biconnected components one vertex is common, then that vertex is definitely an articulation point. Right? Yes, you just think why do we require these articulation points? What is the benefit of obtaining an articulation point or finding an articulation point? If you observe this graph, if you consider these as an communication stations, all these vertices as communication stations and all these edges as communication links transferring the signals. For example, if we don't find any articulation point of the given network traveling this is a network used to transfer signals from one station to another station. Station 1, 4, 3, 10 and 9. Any of these 5 stations wants to send signals to station number 7. If at all station 2 is down, there is no other path. Therefore the signals are blocked, communication is blocked. Since 2 is an articulation point, if this single station is down, we cannot communicate from all these stations to all the remaining stations. That is the reason, given a network, we should be able to find articulation points and we should make this graph as a biconnected graph. It means we should make this graph without having articulation points. How can we do that? Given a graph which are having articulation points, by using the edge addition scheme, it means we should add some of the edges, communication links we should add, and we should make it as a biconnected graph. For example, if you observe here, if I add the link from 1 to 6 here, even though station 2 is down, then we can have a path from 1 to all of these remaining stations. That is seen in this algorithm. A graph G which is not a biconnected graph, it means which is having articulation points, can be transformed into a biconnected graph by using the edge addition scheme of the below algorithm. Yes, what is this algorithm is saying? For each articulation point A, and I'll take this example one more time, no problem. Yes, what it is saying, we have taken this graph and we found 5 biconnected components for 5 biconnected components for the graph. For each articulation point A, do let B1, B2 and so on Bk be the biconnected components containing the articulation point A. For example, 3 is an articulation point and we consider each articulation point. For this articulation point 3, what are the biconnected components? B1, for example, B1, B2 and B3. B1, B2 and so on, Bk in the algorithm. Here K is 3. We have 3 biconnected components having the articulation point 3. Yes, we have considered these 3 biconnected components. Okay. Let Vi be a vertex. Vi be any vertex, but that Vi should not be articulation point. In Bi, okay, in the B1, I consider 4. I consider vertex number 4, which is not articulation point. In B2, I consider vertex number 10, which is not articulation point. In B3, I consider vertex number 9, which is not an articulation point. Okay, I have considered articulation point. I have considered vertices other than articulation points in these 3 biconnected components. Okay, add to G in the original graph. Add to G the edges Vi comma Vi plus 1, where I greater than or equal to 1 and less than K. Vi, first of all, I consider I as 1. It means vertex in the biconnected component 1. Here I represents the biconnected components B1, B2 and B3. What it is saying, first of all, V1, it means a vertex we have selected in each and every biconnected components, right? That vertex V1, vertex in the biconnected component 1. 2, Vi plus 1, it means V2, vertex in the biconnected component 2. When I is equal to 1, add to G the edges V1 to V2. It means an edge from biconnected component 1 to biconnected component 2. It means 4 to 3. For example, B1 to B2, 4 to 3. Okay. In the main graph, 4 to 10, I am extremely sorry, I consider this vertex 10 right here, other than biconnected vertex, other than articulation point vertex. 4 to 10, we need to add an edge from 4 to 10, right? When I is equal to 1, it is happened. Now I is equal to 2, I consider. I is equal to 2 means V2 to V3. In the sense, vertex in the biconnected component 2 to vertex in the biconnected component 3. We need to add an edge. Vertex in the biconnected component 2, which is 10 we have chosen, to vertex in the biconnected component 3, 9. It means we need to add 10 comma 9 edge in the main graph. Once this edge, can I consider I as 3 also? No, since k is 3 here, we have only 3 biconnected components having articulation point 3. Therefore, k is equal to 3 here. Our algorithm is saying consider I less than 3, I greater than or equal to 1, less than 3. It means I is equal to 1 and I is equal to 2. For I is equal to 1, we have added edge 4 to 10. And for I is equal to 2, we have added edge 10 to 9. Once this edge addition scheme is completed, then vertex 3 is no longer an articulation point. Yes, if you observe now 3, if I delete 3 with the edges incident on it, if I delete 3 with all the 4 edges, even then it is not an even then the graph is not disconnected. If you observe, see, if you remove 3 also, there exists a path from 10 to 9, 10 to 4, 4 to 9, all the remaining vertices, there is a path. Once this edge addition scheme is completed, then the considered articulation point is no longer an articulation point. Also for the same graph, if you see, we have 2 more articulation points. 2 more articulation points, 5 and 6. If you observe, if you apply the same algorithm for each articulation point, B1, B2 and so on, BK be the biconnected components containing that articulation point. Here now, this 5 comma 6 will be B1 and this 5, 2, 7, 8 will be B2. We have only those 2 biconnected components containing the articulation points 5. We need to choose any other vertex other than this articulation point 5. If I have chosen 7 here, I have chosen 6 here. What should we do? We should add an edge between these 2 vertices in the main graph, 7 to 6. If I add an edge between 7 to 6, then 5 is no longer an articulation point. After the edge is added, if we remove 5 along with this edges, then also vertex 7, 6, 8, 2 and all the remaining vertices are connected. Understood? This is an algorithm to make a not biconnected graph to a biconnected graph. Yes, in the next class we will see more about this, how to find an articulation point using an algorithm.